Hello, my magical Tauruses. Welcome into a general weekly reading for you. I hope life is treating you well. There's healing taking place throughout this week of true necessity. You're going to feel like everything that you wrap yourself up with and hold back from is healing you by the minute, by the second. It feels like being drawn to this collective read. You have been through the ringer along your path up until this point. Even if things have been feeling easier for some, it's going to feel like things are meant to get a hell of a lot easier moving forward. It's a week of new money. It's a week of thinking about, investing in this or that moving forward. You're going to be pushed to remember that when you want to invest in something, you'll have the finances at the right time, the divine timing, if you will. I as well feel like you're going to be reminded that you're about to make a very intelligent, intuitive, and spiritually guided decision, switching things up towards your advantage. However, that's going to come through for you. But the Queen of Wands is well coming out because I feel as if it's a week of new passion. It's a week of new experiences, new connecting, advancing yourself by putting in the effort. But do remember when you're overdoing it, right? Because it's this feeling of somebody over consuming or over working themselves, and then Spirit's saying, well, how is that affecting your health? How is that affecting the quality of your work? How is this affecting the way you're digesting and connecting all the meanwhile? Interesting. But it does feel like this week highlights something toxic in your life. It feels like a person, whether they are passed over or they're in your waking life, your physical reality. And I feel like we need to remember that if you don't want this in your life anymore, you are currently, or more so moving forward, will manifest a removal of that negativity, that individual, that I'm hearing disgusting soul. But I feel like you're as well going to remember things that Spirit has done for you in the past to highlight that your spirituality is a positive thing, because they do guarantee that being drawn to this specific read, you've been spiritually messed with at least at certain points, if not a ton like myself. But I do sense that you are going to be reaching for certain levels of independence that you feel was not attainable, not doable before. Does that make sense? You're going to feel at times really overly serious, and other points you're going to get that release. It feels very spiritually guided when you get that release and you maybe laugh, speak something funny, right? You might find that somebody is guided towards you to tell you a dumb joke, and even if you don't laugh, it's a moment of importance for both of you. You're going to really feel like this week, it's like Spirit is at work at a distance, within your little bubble that feels quite large at certain points because you have a lot on your plate. But I also feel like you're working through things behind closed doors, okay? You're working through things behind closed doors. People are noticing that you're putting in effort, but again, don't overdo it. Everything in moderation is now coming through. The Justice card, because I feel like you're gaining justice for what you were put through, okay? You're gaining justice for being a good soul. Karma exists in this world, right? They're saying just because somebody passes over doesn't mean justice and karma doesn't exist in that realm. That Spirit will pay for treating you like absolute crap. That's obviously not for everybody, but I feel as if we're highlighting where you don't see things clearly. Even being a very intuitive, very spiritually connected soul, it's as if things have been hidden in the dark selectively by good and bad spirits. Okay, and so you need to recognize that it's now time to take the blindfold off, maybe take the rose-tinted glasses off for some, and now move forward with more confidence than ever, because you now know what's about to take place and what you need to prevent and avoid all the meanwhile. You're going to feel like things are just about to turn towards a hell of a lot more happiness, connecting, and success. 426, look up the angel number meaning. You're going to feel like your world is more protected at this time than ever. It's because it needs to be, right? You're of importance, of significance in this world. And I feel like accessories are a part of your week, okay? When you want to do it, but trust your intuition in the midst of all of which. I do want to tell you that you're doing a good job, okay? People are going to congratulate you, or more so thank you. And I feel like there's going to be a reminder, say in a day-to-day job, for example, you're doing well. Okay, you're doing a good job. It feels like people want you to stick around. At times, it's like you are wanting more connecting, but then it's like, I have to go. I have to go. I have more things to accomplish. Spirit's guiding me away from this moment because it's meant to be. When you feel like speaking something into existence for somebody else, just do it. Okay, just do it. It's going to help them greatly. I feel like you are a healing soul in certain ways, and people notice this, people appreciate it, and it's helping big time. You're going to remember when you adjusted your perspective, your thought process, and it worked out for you tremendously. Your mind is taking a highlight for being so on point, for being a lot of times, right? I mean, Spirit does speak through our thoughts, and we need to remember when we are actually thinking and when Spirit is just being, okay, nosy, busy, and talkative all the meanwhile. Now, when things feel out of sorts in your physical reality, just take a hot second, breathe. I would say take a deep breath, maybe hold your breath for 30 seconds or so. That really will slow your heart rate down appropriately. And then organize, okay? Organize. It's going to give you a sense of, I want to say control, where you don't feel the control lies within your world, but it's also going to help you in the mental department. It's going to help you feel clean vibes in your world. It's essential at this time. You're as well going to feel like there is a lack of a new beginning at this time because it's not the right time. Everything in due time, my friend. A lot of which it's meeting that new soulmate. It could be that new job. It could be a housing situation. And it may be 2 or 3 different situations that take a highlight. But when the time comes for this to turn in the upright and you meet that right individual, or maybe commit in a very official manner, or, you know, invest in whatever it ends up being for you and shift things forward, it's going to feel magical. It's going to feel like, I'm glad I got the healing out of the way. I'm glad the spiritual shift for me took place before I met them or invested in this or took on that commitment. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust in the timing of your path, even when things feel like they're being rushed. Okay? Patience is key for you, especially throughout this time period. But somebody with a lack of patience outside of you is going to take a highlight. You're going to be reminded that is not the way to be. Okay, that is not the way to be. 739, look up the angel number meaning. There's going to be a moment or two where you maybe watch something you recorded back, maybe on social media or even in the mirror. And don't be surprised if this happens in different ways at multiple points throughout the week. You're pushed to look at yourself and think, I'm that good looking, right? Just one moment. We're turning the page, Taurus, towards a better chapter for you. We're turning the page towards new experiences, a lot more in general. It feels like you deserve better, okay? And I feel like more than one reality within your world. You're going to feel like the birds are chirping to your advantage, right? Nature's very healing for you throughout the week selectively. You're going to find your dreams are very vivid, even if that's not something you usually experience. But you're also going to feel like feeling better, right? It's like, what have you been doing that's been making you feel unhealthy or exhausted? What have you not been doing? So when you feel like you should be feeling better and you want to put an effort towards that, roll with it, okay? Fall back into the way your path is flowing at this time. But it feels like there are going to be certain levels of clarity flowing into your mind, your awareness throughout the week, and this is going to help you very, very epically, all right? You're going to feel like your voice is louder at a specific point. It's just spirit making you feel like you're echoing or just speaking louder. You're going to as well feel like the energy is off in a situation. It's because it is, right? And that may be a moment where, say, that shift comes to an end early for you, or right before that shift comes to an end, or you're pushed to avoid getting something done or connecting with that person. You're very guided once again. Don't let the energy disturb your peace, okay? Cleanse your energy being drawn to this reading. You're as well going to feel there is a true highlight from the spiritual realm on how your world is developing at this time. And I feel like you're continuously going through a soul development and evolution, and this is intertwined with how things are changing outside of you. You're going to feel like what you're feeling in the moment is accurate. All right, this is going to come into play at several different points throughout the week, and this is going to assist you with helping somebody, maybe when to get something done, when to put something to rest, and shift forward towards something new, or just have more space in your world. You're as well going to feel like the messages are just flowing throughout the week from spirit. It feels like you could at times do more as a stutter, but you shouldn't, right? You're as well going to be reminded when something is meant to get done, it'll simply get done. Easy accomplishments throughout the week when they're meant to come to be. Easy flowing conversations of importance when they're meant to come to be and continue, but also when they're meant to come to an end, they'll be wrapped up with a bow. You're as well going to feel like you know more at this point about what you went through than you maybe want to know. But Spirit's saying this is going to help you moving forward in so many important ways. Allow for this week to be a time again where Spirit's saying we're turning the page towards a new chapter.